Yo, what up? Welcome to the Lions Den. It is your boy e.daniels. Wait. I do say
I'm
e.daniels.
sorry. You do. We were just talking about that.
I thought I said my whole name.
You've never said your name.
Never said. When we do this,
that's okay. I mean, do it however you want to.
No, I like e.daniels.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? I'm sorry. They didn't tell you you were.
It's Davir Lamar.
We back on that again.
Yeah, because I was saying you have the multiple. It feels weird going from multiple syllables to just, or you have e.daniels and then just Davir. It sounds like
you remember you tried to be D.Daniels for a while. You remember that season?
I do.
That sounds weird. What's your name? My name.
It was
D.D.
Yeah, I mean, ED is not that better.
You want to hear a crazy story, bro? So, I had the e.daniels Ministry T-shirts or the hoodies, right?
Yeah.
So I'm out somewhere, and it says ED Ministries.
Yeah.
So somebody came like, "Oh my gosh,
I'm so
you have a ministry for erectile dysfunction?"
I'm so
I was
sorry.
like, "No, ED is my name, e.daniels."
I could see how that could get mixed up.
I don't know if we thought that through. Like, you know where I got the name e.daniels from?
Where?
Bryant Tab, my guy Baradox.
Yeah.
I did a record with him once, and instead of put first I think he put my whole name on, like Ernest Daniels Jr.
Right.
I you know what, that's kind of weird. I don't want to be. He said, "I'll call you e.daniels." I said,
that works. That flows.
That does flow, man.
That flows.
So how you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
I've been good. Yeah, things have been going well. We've been together the whole day today, which is nice. Well, pretty much the whole
good.
day.
Yeah, we went to can we say the name of the place we went?
Sure, maybe they'll sponsor us.
Yeah, what's the name of the restaurant?
First Watch.
First Watch. They had some amazing, tasty entrees.
They do.
You know what's crazy? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're okay.
I appreciate you, man. Every time, I told you this when we were sitting down and eating, every time we go to eat, Mom's entree or breakfast or dinner always looks better than mine.
That is true. Why do you think that is?
I think women are just smarter than men.
Do you think so, for real?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But actually, no. In some cases, I do. Some instances, I do.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And sometimes I'm a little safe, like when I go to order food.
You don't want to try anything that you wouldn't like?
Because I'm paying for it.
That's true.
Like if I'm cooking it, like I'll cook something that I've never made before. But if I'm paying for something, like I have to have some type of recollection or understanding of what it is that I'm actually trying for the first time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So do you not send stuff back?
I think I've one time in my whole life that I've sent something back.
Why do you think that is?
I'm scared. I'll be like, no. Because then you send it back, they're like, these little, you know what I'm saying? Watch what I do to their food now.
It may come back a little different.
I don't, have you done that?
I really don't. And, there was I saw this meme out that was talking about why do calm, laid back men marry like strong, forward women? Because it's like, who else is going to say my order was wrong?
Yo, that's crazy. Yeah. We're in the same boat.
We are.
We're in the same boat.
Amaris has no problem sending stuff back. She said something back today. She did. Yeah, she said something back today.
So maybe we should just do it just for like GP. Like one day, go to a restaurant. Nothing wrong.
Sure.
Just order something like, no, I don't want this.
Yeah,
you send this back.
Just build our confidence.
Oh man, that's funny. I've never done that one time.
Yeah.
Because my food was like, it wasn't hot. It was just like.
That's the issue.
Yeah, and I felt like when they took it back, they just put it in the microwave and brought it back out.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have pet peeves eating out?
Like as far as service or just like in general?
Just in general. Yeah.
Like my table has to be clean, number one.
Sure.
Like I went to one restaurant and there was still like stuff on the table.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So what I will do is ask not to sit at a table. So I've done that.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So say we go into a spot and you want, I'm a booth guy.
Sure.
I love booths, right?
Me too.
So if you go and you see like 5 booths open, they sit you at the small little table, 6 of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, can I
sit there?
Can I get the booth?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get that.
As far as pet peeve, I think table being cleaned, and with the waiter or waitresses, like you got to be nice, bro.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I get the culture and climate. You're not making a lot of money, but you don't know that this could be your day.
That's true.
Yeah.
This could be your blessing.
It could be a blessing, man.
Yeah.
I had one guy who was he used to go to restaurants and he would tell the waiter or the waitress like, hey, you're going to start off at $100 tip.
Wow.
He says, every time you mess up, I'm taking $10 away.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a little different. That's a little different. I don't like that.
Could you be a waiter?
I couldn't.
Why not? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Because you educated?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just,
degree.
I don't have I don't know if I have the patience for it. And it's a lot of long days on your feet. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm just willing to do that.
What if you had to? Is there a job that you? So we're different, not different, but we have the privilege of being able to work in a field that we enjoy working in.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Education experience behind it, so we're doing. But what if you had to like work a job just to like make ends meet? Is there any job that you say, you know what? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I mean, at that point, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
When you say any job, there's a lot of jobs out there. So
name one job where it's like, you know what? Yeah, we can't do that.
I wouldn't do anything that would. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I wouldn't do anything that one was illegal.
Okay,
that's important.
That's very important. That's very important.
Or would have you looking at me sideways.
So what type of
how would you if I say like, yeah, you know, Dad, I really needed some money. I saw this advertisement for like where I was a dancer. It's like, yeah, I don't need money that bad. I'm gonna figure something out. I don't need to be dancing.
I was on Instagram. On Instagram and I saw this ad for and I don't know what it's called. But they pay for your stool.
Yeah, you did show me that.
They pay.
Now that I would do.
It's like $500 for each sample.
That I would do. Yeah, because I already go, often enough.
What's enough?
I go once a day at least.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's
once a day. I think you're supposed to do at least once a day.
Is that like factual?
I believe so.
I'm gonna fact check that.
Yeah.
Look that up. I mean, I do go more than once a day sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah. They're like the most. I don't know if it's too graphic to talk about, but like the most enjoyable times. Like
we're here.
I'm like, like man, it's like you're releasing all of the things, and you just chilling.
Sure, I've gotten a lot of great ideas, and
I wrote songs in the bathroom.
As have I.
I was asking you about this earlier. That song, which I didn't know the meaning of.
Oh yeah.
Can I get to the yams? Sweet. I thought for years that song was talking about sex.
It's not. I mean, it could be.
I use it now.
Our interpretation could take it that way, but he was talking about money. Yeah.
It makes sense now. Show me the way, because I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
I was today years old when I found that out.
It makes me think, how many ways have we described money in culture? Yams.
I've never described money as yams.
Well, I mean, but it's something that's out
in the
there.
culture. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheese, bread.
Yeah.
That guap.
Guap. Yeah.
Jinx. Do you still do that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
My bad.
But no, that is interesting. But another conversation we've been having lately. You've been having this saying that maybe for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. I feel like you've been saying to me. Why don't you enlighten us on what that saying has been?
Which saying was that? There's a lot of sayings.
The ceiling and floor.
Oh yeah. So, I think understanding contextually, like as we navigate seasons of life and growing and learning and all of these things, like I would always tell you that my ceiling is your floor, or my floor is your ceiling.
Yeah,
it's the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ceiling,
your ceiling,
my
floor
is your floor. So, so where I stop is like where you start.
Yeah.
And that's like in every aspect of life, education, relationship, how you see yourself as a man, all of these things. So like you don't have to start like any lower than where I finish off at.
Sure.
And I think the struggle for, I don't know if every father struggles with this space, but sometimes there's a level of lack of humility when it comes to their kids, especially when the kids are visually doing better than them.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, I didn't finish. I mean, I went to high school. I did a year of college, dropped out of college, went to the Army. I found my niche. I didn't go back to school 2 years later, but you graduating high school, going right into college, right into secondary level of education, getting your master's degrees. Like, man, I wish I would have did all that when I was when I was younger. Now married, I'm saying you're excelling in all the things you do. I don't know if every father is like either proud of those moments or there's a level of like insecurity. Like, man, my son is like killing it, and I wish I did that when I was his age.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever thought about it from that perspective, but I guess like jealousy or envy doesn't have any boundaries.
Oh no.
Right? Meaning like one would think, how could you be jealous of like your kid? But like at the end of the day, we're all people.
Yeah.
And we all have struggles. But yeah, I guess for us, I never got the sense that that was the case. I always felt like that statement was the thing that propelled me to those things. And knowing that, okay, here's where you took it. So here's now where I can catapult because of the foundation that you were able to lay to help me go to wherever I'm going. Yeah. So, I think that humility piece is huge. And from my perspective, I think there's a balance of me with being like having that humility, having that gratitude, but also not taking it for granted.
Sure.
Right. Where it's, I've been privileged to be able to see a lot of things that you've laid, like benefits that I know that I have that most people don't. And it can be easy just to start to expect those things. Instead of continuing to work and grind all these things. So, like even, I mean, with the house, right. Where it's like, I don't know. And some context. So some context. So,
it's actually kind of funny though, the way it happened.
Yeah. Cause you said no at first.
Did I say no?
You did.
I didn't say no. I said at the time.
No. Yeah. At the time, no.
I didn't say at the time, no. I said there was somebody in the spot.
Sure.
And I didn't feel comfortable. But then I thought about it. Stop showing me like that. That's disrespectful.
But no, the story of, so you and mom, the house that you guys got married, or you got married, you lived in, that I grew up in, when we moved, mortgage was paid off, so you kept the house.
Bless the Lord.
Right, blessings. So you kept the house, written it out, and then, as time was going on, dating, I got engaged, looking for a place to live, and then I said, it just came upon me. I said, wait a minute.
There's a house.
We was looking around and at the time, the housing market was really, really bad, and it was like, none of these are working.
The cheapest apartment you saw?
The cheapest apartment was probably like $1,200-$1,300. Yeah, like the cheapest one that would have actually worked.
Yeah.
And even that was just like, this shouldn't be
settling too.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. So I asked about our house, and at the time you was like, no. And I was like,
saying no.
I did. Well, it was because of that. It was because people were currently living there, and I was like, okay. But I kept praying.
Did you keep praying?
I did. I kept.
So you saying the Lord
I kept praying.
moved on your behalf.
And then, some time, and then, I had to, I wouldn't call this manipulation, but
what would you call it?
I would say, pulling on the heartstrings just a little bit. So and talking about legacy and because we started having those kind of conversations, like, man, what a beautiful picture it would be
for you to live in the house that you were raised in.
Come on, like that's a storybook.
Wow,
so
you said
that's a story. I mean, call it what you want.
Why are you going to say it now on this podcast?
Because we're here now. I mean, might as well let loose some things. But no, and then time passed, and he was like, you know what, that'll work.
But it was a lot of time.
It was a good amount of time.
Yeah, so I think I gave them like almost a year.
It was very gracious.
Yeah, I gave them a year.
It was very gracious. Yeah.
How you enjoying the house?
The house is beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
It should be.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Every so often, I do remember. I'm like, my parents are my landlords, and that's.
How does that make you feel?
It's pretty cool.
I will say this: you've never been late.
I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if I was?
Well, let's not
Time to have a conversation.
Let's not talk about that.
Time to have a little conversation.
No, I think we raised you well enough to be able to pay your bills on time.
Yeah.
We trust that you will.
They've always been paid on time. We take care of the house pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's
not a lot too. So
yeah. And I think that's back to that statement of like not taking those things for granted. Me being able to start at this place.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can do that. So
yeah.
It makes me think about even beyond me and just what that looks like to continue that. But yeah, I think it's really dope to be able to know that your ceiling is my floor. Cause I wonder, how many people are like, there's a block there, right? Where it's like the ceiling of you, because there's not a level of humility that I'm not able to propel.
Yeah.
Because the only way that can happen is if you open that door and are like open and honest about wanting to kind of create that kind of atmosphere for me. So
that joint is like it's layered because I think part of the idea of manhood is like, all right, I want my son to like learn from the ground. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if I give him something, this is going to take away from him developing and being a man. But it's crazy because in Jewish culture, it's like the complete opposite. It is the complete opposite, right? So I think it's only in certain cultures where at a certain age, you got to have your own. At a certain age, you got to get out the house. At a certain age, you got to strap up your boots, do it on your own. You got to grind the way I did it. And honestly, I don't think I ever wanted you to live out the things that I had to live out and to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, granted, I didn't have it horribly. But, but at a certain age, I had to join the military to provide. You know what I'm saying? I had to do these things. So even when we bought our first house, that was like a blessing for me and mom to do. So the things that we had to do to make sure we had the stuff that we needed.
Yeah.
When we got married, so we had to pay for the wedding and a down payment for a house. Yeah. At the same time.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of bread.
That's a lot of
so
money.
we were like strategizing on how we're gonna do this. We came with a great budget plan. So when you got married, it was like, I don't want you to have to like experience the weight of what that looked like for us.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So now you have something to like even advance when you guys have kids. Yeah. Like this is what my parents did for me. Now I can take that to the next level and do that for my kids.
Yeah. And I think that's the part of like it never ends. Yeah. Right. So because of what I've been able to see, it doesn't just stop with me. It's able to continue to move forward. And I always did wonder that because you hear a lot in culture. Like I heard, I think Shaq has said this. I think Will Smith has said this, where it's like we're rich, you're broke. Like to the kids,
I've actually
kind
said
of thing.
That a couple times.
Have you?
Yeah. I said
to me.
Not to you.
Okay.
No,
Kate, I don't remember that. Oh, okay.
Caitlin said to me one day. Caitlin's my youngest daughter. Yeah. She was telling people like, "Yeah, my family rich." I said, "No, you not rich."
yeah. But like that idea though is like, I feel like sometimes that is a struggle of how do you teach me manhood, because I think you would say that a lot of the things you went through formed you into the man that you are. Sure. Yeah. So it's like without those experiences, how can I still become the same man, if not better?
Yeah. So right. I have a logic. Mm-hmm. Like you can learn through wisdom or experience. Yeah. And sometimes wisdom is the best teacher. Even people say that experience is. I don't have to touch the fire to know that the fire is hot. That's true. Like, that's an experience. Yeah. You can learn through wisdom. Say, hey, if you touch that, you're gonna burn. Yeah. So I think most people want to learn or try to learn through experience. Where I would rather just understand, like, hey, here's the wisdom of one who kind of navigated, went through it for me. Yeah. And now I can learn from the mistakes or even learn from the successes. Yeah. And even do a greater job.
Do you have an example of that for you in life of learning?
I have, like personally. Yeah. I think the first thing that comes to mind is relationships. Like there are relationships that I've had that I didn't steward well, that I was able to coach you with or talk to you about, that you don't have to go through some of the same stuff. Yeah. Like you don't, like how old are you now?
I'll be 25 in a few months.
That's crazy.
Yeah, turning 25 this year.
How do you feel about that, though? I know it's a segue, but how do you feel about that?
It's one of those milestones. And yeah, it's weird to, because I still feel very young, but I'm aware that I'm getting older.
So tell about the story. You were playing ball recently.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so we started doing these basketball runs at my high school.
Well, your old high school, because you're not there.
Yeah, my old high school, and just alumni. Certain people who will come out. But this past week, some of the high school basketball players, the current high school basketball players, came to play. I was like, all right, dope, cool, right? I've been around the team a lot this year, so I know a lot of them. And I'm realizing as we're playing, and I'm playing pretty well. It was a good.
Are you cooking?
It was a good night.
Are you cooking?
It was a good night.
Oh man!
So I'm cooking, right? And shots are falling, and then I start hearing from the sideline, all right, Unc, go ahead, Unc. And I was like,
they called you.
I was like, wait, I know I'm the one. I know I'm the one who just shot that. Unc. And they said, good shot, Unc.
Wow.
And it took me a minute to realize these high school kids was talking about me.
They're talking about you. How does that make you feel?
I shouldn't be here. It is not my time yet. Unc is crazy at 25.
So I'm embracing like old head now.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm embracing it now.
Yeah, that's good.
Like somebody called me dad the other day. I mean, I'm
really,
a pastor of the church.
Yeah.
And somebody called me dad, and I was flattered.
Sure.
But I'm not 50 yet. And the person that called me dad was 45 years old.
Oh wow. So they were oh wow. Yeah.
And I get the whole spiritual thing. And and maybe I should lean in more into that, like I'm a spiritual father.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, this is great. Yeah. But I had to pause, like, what you say to me?
You mean brother?
Like, what you say?
We the same age.
But I get it. I was like, it just cool. Hit me.
Yeah.
But so when I'm out now, it's like, yo, hey, you got this? I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
We were talking about this earlier too. I think as I get older as well, I realize that what I used to think was old isn't old anymore.
Oh, it gets pushed back.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Because I remember being 14, 15 and thinking like 25 was like, oh my gosh, I'm so close to 30.
You thought 25 was old?
Yeah, I think like when you're, maybe not 14, 15, but like when you're 10, 11, 12, and you don't really have that like grand concept of time. Yeah. I could see how you would think
25 is old.
Yeah. But it's like I'm here. I'm like, I still have a lot of life to live, so
you do.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I got a new nickname. So that was interesting.
Can I call you Unc?
I think that would be inappropriate. I think that would be What was the last time you played basketball?
Oh man. It's been a while. I did play after I was in the league last year. Mm-hmm. I hurt my knee or my ankle. Hurt my ankle.
Did. Yeah.
I was out for like 5 months. Wow. But I did hoop probably close to the end of the year. But I'm about to start up again. So
okay.
I just need to get out there and show the people that I still got it. I don't want to retire yet.
When do you have a retirement age or time that you have in mind?
I think you should play as long as you got energy in life.
I can see that.
Yeah, so I
can see that.
Yeah. As long as I don't want to be trash and play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trash, then I'm not playing no more. Look, we got one more thing I want to do before we wrap up because we got a couple more minutes. I want to give you a blind ranking. Yeah. I want to give you 5 NBA players and you rank them from 1 to 5.
I can do that.
Without knowing who's next.
I can do that.
You ready?
All right, who you got?
Paul Pierce.
You know that's my guy.
I know, that's one of your favorite players.
Truth.
The truth.
Yeah, the hard part is I don't know who else you're going to say.
That's true. That's why he's blind.
Yeah. Paul Pierce. I'll put Paul at 4.
4?
4.
Yeah. Allen Iverson.
Golly. Yeah, I should have put Paul at 3. That's okay. AI.
Wait. You think Paul is better than AI?
See, and this is where ring culture gets into the discussion because Paul Pierce he's won a championship.
So
And-
Robert Ory has a lot of championships.
That's true, but Paul Pierce was also the Finals MVP.
Okay.
So, but then again, he had a much better team than AI ever had.
That was the first big three, wasn't it?
In the modern era, probably, yeah. So, yeah, I would, just as a player, I would put AI at 3.
At 3.
3.
All right, you ready for my next one?
Oh, gosh. Okay.
It's the one that I love. Carmelo Anthony.
He's going to be 5 today. He's going to be 5. I love Melo, but I don't think he's
Melo's better than
Well,
Paul
it's not even
Pierce?
about that because honestly, I do think Melo is better than Paul Pierce, but I can't put Melo at 2.
But you don't know who's the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my chances and think that you have some better
LeBron
players.
James.
I'll put LeBron 2.
LeBron at 2. You know who my last one is.
Who?
It's the GOAT. Michael Jordan.
Okay, yeah, that's one. So I like how that. So
I
MJ
don't-
1, Bron 2, AI 3, Paul
3,
Pierce
Paul
4,
Pierce
Melo
4.
5. I like that. Yeah, I think
biased, man.
that worked out pretty well.
You biased.
I think that worked
you got
out.
one for me? We got to
Yeah,
hurry.
I want to do football.
All right, what you got?
Quarterbacks.
Quarterback. Oh, that's easy.
John Elway.
3.
3.
Yep.
Peyton Manning.
That's a tough one, man. I'm going to go 2.
2.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh. I'm going to go 4.
Really?
I just don't. You know what? I won't do that. All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna go 4.
4. Yeah. Wow.
Actually, can I change my mind?
Sure. You want to change?
I'll put him at 1.
1. Tony Romo.
Man, if I knew Tony Romo on the list, I'll put him number 1. I'm gonna put Romo. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna put him at 5.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And Tom Brady.
Oh, man, Tom Brady's the GOAT, but you gotta go 4.
Yeah. So Mahomes 1.
Peyton.
Who'd you have 2? Peyton 2. Elway.
Romo.
Wait, did you do Romo 4 or 5?
Elway.
But no,
3.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady 4.
4.
And then Romo 5.
5. All right. Look at that.
That was a good list.
That was a good list.
You want to shout out our cast today?
I do.
Come on, let's go.
We got some folks with us. You see all these cameras and stuff.
Well, they don't see it.
Well,
They
they
us.
see the angles. You will see the angles
Yeah, but they
of
don't
the
see.
cameras.
You said you see the cameras and stuff. All right.
What are you trying to do?
Come on, Unc.
What are you trying to do?
Come on, Unc.
What are you
Come
trying to do?
on,
But create everything.
Let's
create
go.
something every day.
Every day, man. Shout
Create
out to my man,
something
James
every day.
Wells.
Appreciate them. And then I got one of my guys with me too,
Let's go.
Lil Michael, helping us out as well. So we appreciate y'all. But man, that's a wrap, right?
It's a wrap, man. Another dope episode, man. Check us out soon. Here we are at the Lion's Den. Peace.
Peace.